And we know Julie Blais Comeau is the expert on anything etiquette. So today she's here talking about pregnancy etiquette, which is a very, of course, interesting topic for me these days. Julie, welcome back to Breakfast Television.
Congratulations, Laura.
Oh, thank you.
You look great.
Oh, well, there you go. Starting with a compliment.
That's always a good thing.
So that is a good thing, right? So tell us, what are some, it's always, for some people, it could be a sticky situation around a pregnant woman. Some people don't know what to say. But let's start with the positive. What should you say around a pregnant woman?
Offering a compliment is always welcome, right? In any situation. You want to make sure that the mom-to-be is going to be comfortable. So if you're on public transportation, you will offer a seat. Oh. If you're in a business setting and everybody's got a chair and then in comes the mom-to-be, you'll offer a chair. So you want to make sure that they're comfortable. Anything that has to do with that, you continue to do that. Open a door. We know that in the business setting, men and women are equal, but this is a situation where you're aware that there may be some discomfort and there may be difficulty. When you get to the end there, you've got that penguin walk, right? I remember that. Yeah. You're not there yet, but I remember the penguin walk, and I would so welcome just a door being open, especially on a day like today. You're all bundled up. So compliments, making them comfortable, making room for them, accommodating the mom.
Okay, I hope everybody watching in the office around here is taking notes on that. Okay, so that is all the things you should do, but some people do things that they shouldn't do. So let's get to some of the don'ts.
Let's keep in mind that being pregnant, quote unquote, is a medical condition. So you're not going to ask anything too invasive. You know that in the workplace, you're careful about politics, you're careful about religion, you're careful about sexuality, but stop and think for a moment. Would you ask any questions about the size of the woman? Would you ask anything or comment on her cleavage? It happens. It happens. Or all of a sudden, people are like, it's like a magnet, are touching you. The only appropriate touch in business is the handshake. So don't just
start rubbing the belly.
Start rubbing the belly, making comments about the appearance of the pregnant woman-to-be, and asking, Laura, I read about this. Yeah. And I went on some internet sites, and people will ask, was it planned?
Oh, was it planned
from the moment that the woman has announced the pregnancy, that she will be having a baby? Like, how rude could that be? Or how uncomfortable will it be for the mom to be to answer that?
Yeah, that could be, but the question I've been getting a lot, and I didn't even know if this was a don't, is, will you breastfeed?
That's a very private question.
Yeah.
And the way to answer that, and what did you answer? Because we've talked about this before.
I said, I don't know, I'm still thinking about it.
That's excellent. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. And for all the moms out there, you don't have to answer every question. So you could change the subject. You could say, as Laura said, I don't know, I'm thinking about it. Or you could say, my spouse and I, my partner and I are still discussing all this. And at this point, we're really private about everything. So we just want to make sure that we have a healthy baby.
Okay.
End of story.
End of story. Okay. And when you're in the workplace, like you mentioned, sometimes the situations can get a little tricky that way. So what, for example, if you have to go to doctor's appointments or whatnot, how should you deal with that?
You cope with it with your superior, with your manager, with your boss. It's between you and her, you and him, and you make the necessary arrangements. Okay. It could be that you may have to come in a little bit earlier. It could be that you have to stay a little bit later, but it's nobody else's business between you and your boss. So all the other colleagues out there, if you have a particular situation, trust that she will do what she has to do to make sure that her quality of work stays the same, and it's between her and her boss.
Well, Julie, thank you so much. These were excellent tips.